Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Ali, and if you've been rocking with your girl since the good old days, well then, welcome on back. Hi, hello. It's been a very long time, a month exactly, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's been a month. So happy new year, welcome. It is now 2021, folks, and I don't really know what to expect for this year, but I know that my intention with this year is just to give and receive nothing but good things. So I'm wishing the same for everyone out there, and I hope that you guys have all been staying safe and remaining safe with all things due to COVID, and just sending tons of love and tons of light. So I decided, let me get comfortable real quick. I decided to turn on the camera because it had been quite a while since my last video, and since my last video, I wouldn't say that a lot has happened, but I think that reflection definitely took place, and then also priorities. As you all know, I live on my own, so that is like a huge bulk of just my daily life, is making sure that I am just forever prepared, whether it be bills or lifestyle, my personal life, and just creating a safe space more than anything for my mental health. Because if that's one thing that I learned last year, is that my mental health comes first, and I have made that top priority all of last year, and definitely implementing more of what I learned from last year into this year. And so just making sure that your girl is all around good mentally and emotionally as well, because I would never want to project whatever insecurities or underlying feelings I have about myself or anyone else onto them. So that has been a huge practice that I have taken into accord, and just making sure that I'm accountable for anything and everything that I do. So yeah, but yeah, I decided to turn on the camera because it's been a long time and I haven't spoken to you guys. So take this as the first update of 2021. Hello. Also, if you guys are on the hunt for a really great green tea, I definitely recommend Bigelow. I'm actually gonna show you guys. Okay, so these are two of my favorites. I'm currently sipping on the green tea, which is their classic. It's really good, really tasty. You can have it in the morning or in the middle of the day, whatever you prefer. And the one that I love having like right before bed is their chamomile. It's their cozy chamomile. This is the greatest chamomile tea if you want to wind down and have some bomb sleep for the night. Highly recommend. And they're only like $3.49 a pop, and you get 20 packets of tea in there. So just thought I should share. So yeah, what's up with me? So first things first, I discovered my love for journaling all over again towards the last couple of months of 2020. I went inward and I did a lot of unpacking, and I did a lot of reflection, and throughout that reflection I just received a lot of revelation about myself, and just the person and the woman and the girl that I have come to be, and that I'm still learning so much about. And I don't want it to come across as cliche, because I know that this is something that has become pretty common, especially with having gone through and come out of 2020. A lot of people went inward, and a lot of people just kind of found out a lot about themselves, a lot about their friends, a lot about the connections that they have made throughout the years and continue to make, and just being all around mindful about, you know, who you've chosen to surround yourself with. So I was definitely in that same space. And while I was in that space, I was also working throughout the entire pandemic, and I'm still working throughout the pandemic, although things have toned down a lot compared to the very beginning. So yeah, that's where your girl was, and that's why my uploads were just so sporadic, because, you know, I would get sparks of creativity in one moment, and then in the next moment I was like having mental breakdowns and just like crying my eyes out because I was like, what the heck is going on? So it's nothing to be ashamed of course, if you were in that space as well. I know a ton of us were overwhelmed with the year. One thing that I learned was to still appreciate a lot of what came out of 2020. Something that was really poignant and was pointed out during the first sermon of this month with Transformation Church, Pastor Brenda Todd, she mentioned how a lot of people were trying to rush the year of 2020. We're just trying to get out of 2020 without really realizing like what 2020 was all about and what it was trying to teach us. So I was like, hello, speak on it, because that was a lot of the dialogue and the conversation that I was getting hit with. And to be perfectly honest, I didn't like engaging in those conversations, because it just felt like, okay, but are you really taking into account what this year means for you personally? You know, if you're just steady trying to like get it out of the way and do away with it, I don't think you're really catching the gist of what this year and this time is trying to teach you. And when have we ever had the time to really just sit down and face our personal issues as well as other issues head on? So that was really it was a wake-up call. So I did find my love for journaling again, and so I have my new journal, which is one by Grit and Virtue, and I've been using it for the first couple of days of 2021. My previous journal, which I've had for years, this is a Leuchtturm 1997, I don't know, but I've had this one since like start of 2017 all the way through till the end of 2020. So I just wrapped up with this journal. It's been through a lot. She's banged up, and so she's going with the rest of my collection. I've been journaling since I was 11, so finally finished with this one after 3 years, because I kind of also went on hiatus with journaling in itself. I wasn't writing as much, and I wasn't putting down on paper what I was feeling. So for a couple of months I internalized a lot. So it's been really refreshing to go back to journaling. And what I love about this one, the Well Done Journal by Grit and Virtue, is that it is just filled with a ton of prompts. So you have a manifesto here on the front page. I hope you guys can see it. But you can kind of, I guess you can call it like a mantra. But it's actually an anthem for women on a mission. And then on each page you have like little quotes and prompts, which are really nice for you to just read and look at as you're writing, and just as you're writing and as you're just releasing whatever it is you're feeling in the moment. So I'm gonna link this journal down below. I believe they have a special right now for New Year where you get 10% off, so definitely check them out if you're on the hunt for a new journal. The paper quality is great. This is a linen cover, linen bound journal. It's the first time I'm ever using a journal like this, and I absolutely love it. So I will definitely be repurchasing. So there's that. Another thing I definitely got back into was just reading. I read a lot in the last few months of 2020, and it was so much fun. One of my greatest reads right before closing out the year, and it's sad because this book came out in 2019, and it is Such a Fun Age by Kylie Reid. This book took me on the ride of a lifetime. I've never had so many emotions, and I've never seen myself so much in a book, but just the emotions, the ups and downs. And I'm not gonna spoil it if you haven't read it, but it's definitely a great read. I bought my copy over at Target for, I believe it was like 18 bucks because they were like 20% off. So highly recommend. If you haven't read it, definitely check it out, because this right here is a great read. It'll make you laugh, it'll make you angry, it'll make you frustrated, it'll make you wonder. Like, this is a really good book. And as far as the books that I'm currently reading, I recently started The Sympathizer, which is, you know, it's a little dense, but, you know, pretty good so far. And then I also have a poetry book, which is Finna by Nate Marshall. If you definitely want to get into just poetry in general, but this is very, you know, it's black poetry, and it's raw, and it's in your face, and it will have you in your feelings, and you will feel like, who are you talking to? But it's a great read. So these two are the ones that I'm currently going into for the start of this year and this month in itself. So yeah, those are my book recommendations. I will also link those down below. And then lastly, because y'all know I'm forever planning, third time's a charm. I'm going in with my passion planner once again for this year. I just received my copy because they are having some shipping delays due to COVID and all that good stuff. But I got the rose gold this year in order to step out of my comfort zone, because my previous two planners were in the same color scheme. So just to show you what I mean, so these are my previous two passion planners. And as you can see, your girl definitely has a thing for anything like forest green, or just like blue greens. So the previous 2 years were really similar, so I was like, you know what, let me step out of my comfort zone and get the rose gold, and I absolutely love it. So I went ahead and completed my spread for this week, because it did arrive a little late, but that's okay. So I've got my spread going here for this week, and just so you see the times that I blocked off, those are all the days that I'm at work. So your girl be at work 5 days a week, and hence why I turned my camera on today, because I was like, you're home, turn the camera on. So here we are. What else can I update you guys on? But yeah, definitely, like, there's been a lot of internal shifts going on with me. All good. Nothing necessarily bad, but just a ton of internal shifts, a lot of realizations, a lot of personal reflection, and just realizing like I have so much love to give, and I have so much to offer to myself and to the world and to the people who I've built relationships with. And I'm just like, I'm extremely exhausted of living in fear or holding myself back or limiting myself. So all of that came into the forefront, and I have just been making complete decisions on my own. I've been very mindful of, you know, the information that I tend to overshare, and then sometimes I come home and I'm like, why did I even say that? So I'm working on that as well. I'm like, you know, not everything needs to be seen and heard. I don't need to tell everybody and their mama my business. So I've been working on that, and it's been a fun ride. I did a lot of treating myself last month. As you guys saw, if you saw my Boston vlog, you guys saw that I headed out to Boston for 2 days with my sis Aja, and we were out there. So that was also a really good time to just kind of break away from everything pandemic related and work related. We got to take a break, and we got to just as I was saying, I don't know where the video left off because it cut off on me, but yeah, we just got to enjoy some time away from New York and to just be present and in the moment. So yeah, I mean, I really just wanted to check in with everybody and update you all on just like what's been up with me. Ali, where you been? Why haven't you been uploading? For any of you who have been wondering. But yeah, that's pretty much what the last couple of months have been like for me. Once again, all good, because even like via Instagram, I've been getting a ton of work on that end. So I've been in great spaces. I'm just still learning and figuring out how to balance everything. So once again, all good things for this year, not only for myself but for everybody. Like, I've noticed that's been a thing. Like, I've just been heavily focused on making sure I'm good, but then also seeing that like everybody else is doing good. And even if you're not, that's okay. You know, things take time, and you know, even when you don't think that they're developing and you know they're turning into what you want it to be, it actually is. It just happens at its designated time, and that's something that was very relevant in the last 2 months, I would say, of 2020 for me. It's just like I thought I was doing stuff, and you know, I wouldn't see it come to fruition when I wanted to, but then when it did, I would be like, what the heck is going on? Because it was just so back to back. But I'm not gonna hold you guys any longer. Plus the sun is going down because you know, everything sets super early. But I'm wishing everybody a prosperous new year filled with abundance, you know, love, light, and just be present in the moment more than anything. So I will definitely be catching up with you guys again soon. Let me know what videos you guys would like to see. Am I in the middle of rebranding? I'm not entirely sure. I'm actually going with the flow right now, but I know that there's just a sense of ease and calm that I want to bring to my videos. So yeah, let me know what you guys would like to see. But yeah, happy new year everyone, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye.